Hi everyone, welcome to my page. It is crazy in New Orleans, which I am in the outskirts or really northeast of New Orleans, but I grew up in New Orleans and in a suburb. And it's crazy because it's Mardi Gras, but it's such an exciting time. The weather's beautiful. There's like a parade with 65, well, it's 3 parades following each other, 65 floats throwing beads and stuffed animals and candies and cookies and just all these sorts of things. This is just typical Mardi Gras in New Orleans, and it will be, starts tonight, is like the everyday celebration tonight through Mardi Gras Day. It's crazy down here. So I'm just going to do a really quick makeup, and I'm going to do the dot method. And I'm going to use 2 brushes instead of just 1. You only need 1 brush, like I say. I'm going to use this one because I think it's going to go a little bit quicker. Seint is the makeup that I love, and this is the one that makes me feel my best and gives me that little that I need during the day. I'm fine like this, but I really like a little bit more. I love makeup. I always have. I'm 68 years old, or will be in another week and a half, and so I have a lot of stuff going on right now. Not right now all the time, but yes, I have crow's feet. I have, marionette lines. I have whatever these things are. I guess that's marionette lines too, but I have mature skin, and this makeup is perfect for mature skin. You start with a palette of 4 shades, a contour shade, a brightening highlight, a main highlight, and a Lip&Cheek. That's right, Lip&Cheek, dual purpose. Everything you need to do your face is in this palette. So let's get started. The first thing I'm going to do, this is the Smudge Brush. This is a real handy tool, and it's usually used for just smudging, things on. So we're going to do the dot method. So we're going to put my contour right here on my forehead. And contour, if you're not familiar with it, you're like, what the heck are you doing? Yes, I know. It looks weird, but contour creates shadows and gives your face depth and definition. So it goes on the hard parts of your face, like your forehead, your cheekbones, and your jawline. So we're going to feel for that cheekbone. It's a round bone. We're going to start at the corner of the eye, and we're just going to dot this contour up. This is just a little bit different from the way that I normally place it, but it's the same. Everything's going in the same spot. So again, just feel for the roundness of that cheekbone. Start at the corner of your eye, and you want to just dot it up towards the top part of the ear. Now, why do we start at the corner of the eye? Because the more you bring this contour in, the more it's going to bring your attention to this part of my face. And I want you to concentrate on my eye area. No one has ugly eyes, so let's play up the positive. Now, I'm going to start at the corner of my ear or right at the jawbone, maybe a little bit behind, and come right down to where the fatty part of that jowl is. Same thing over here. And what am I doing? I am defining my jawline. Now, I have a turkey neck, so I don't want it to be quite so noticeable. So what I'm going to do is start at one divot from the jowl and go to the other and come a little bit further down under my neck. You can see the shadow it's already created. We're not going to leave it like this. We are definitely going to do something about that in just a minute when we blend. So what we're doing now is contouring the nose. You want to come down the natural shadow of your nose, not on the sides, but on the top. There we go, and maybe a little bit on the tip of the nose. But that's what we're going to do when we contour the nose, and that's what we're trying to do. It makes my nose appear a little bit less wide. It gives it makes it appear slimmer, and it also makes it appear a little bit more elongated. It's just a really much prettier look. The other thing you can use contour for is eyeshadow. You can use it to fill in your eyebrows, and you can also, there's just a little bit left on the brush, you can go underneath that bottom lip and give you just a little bit poutier look, if that's what you're going for. So that's the use of contour. You get a lot of bang in 110. These tins are all individual too, and they were custom color matched to me. Now, the next thing is our brightening highlight, and what we're doing is we are bringing a focal point to the center of our face. So brightener goes, or the brightening highlight goes in between the eyebrows. We're going to come right down the center of those two lines, and look at that. Look what it did to my nose. Look how narrow it looks. Then we're going to highlight the Cupid's bow and the center of the chin. Now, we're going to come to the eyes. We don't want to do like a concealer and do a V shape or a half moon or anything like that. We're just going to come to the outer corner, the inner corner, and again, less product is more. Inner corner, outer corner. Now, if you want to give your face just a little bit more of a lift, then just start about the corner of the eye and go up towards the temple. Look at that. That little bit. Did you notice this eye is drooping? This one's up. And again, it's so simple to do, and it's just a little trick using shading. Now, if you have marionette lines, some are worse than others. Mine aren't terrible. They create a shadow of their own. So while we created shadows with our contour, what we're going to do is take the shadow away with our brightener and just come in and make these laugh lines, marionette lines, whatever you want to call them, just a little bit less noticeable. There we go. Now we're going to move to the main highlight. This is the shade that is the closest to the natural skin color of your skin tone. So we're just using it as a filler shade. So we're just putting it where we don't have any other makeup. We're just filling it in. Now notice how red I am on the cheeks. I do have rosacea, but it's not flaring up right now. It's not terrible. So I don't need to color correct anything because look, my makeup's doing it. My main shade is doing it. Now notice I'm not putting my main shade, or didn't put my main shade all over my face. It's because everything is in its strategic place, because that's where we want it to go and where we want it to stay. And when we blend, you're also going to see that we're going to strategically blend it to where every shade stays where it's supposed to be. And each shade does what it's supposed to do. We'll have the shadows. Now, this is not contour. This is me. I have lost volume in my face because I have lost a considerable amount of weight in the last 2 years. But again, you know, that is what it is. And I don't know that I could even put anything on it that would help. But you don't want to come down this far with your contour. The further down on the face, the more it's going to show the age. So you want to keep everything lifted, so we want it high up on the cheek. Now I'm going to put my smudge brush down and I'm going to pick up a Lip&Cheek shade. This is Ruby. I'm doing the reds and the bright pinks, or the pinky colors, because Valentine's Day is coming. We're doing Mardi Gras. It's like Mardi Gras is the 13th, Valentine's Day is the 14th. So here we go. All right. Ruby is such a pretty shade. She's not real red. She's in the red family, but she's also pink. So we're also, as I said, Lip&Cheek. So we're going to put just a little bit of blush in our shade of Ruby, because that's what's on our lips, and we are done with placement. Now comes the blending. And this is cream makeup. Cream makeup needs to be set. So you either use a setting powder or a setting spray. I prefer the setting spray and then come back with just a little bit of powder, because I do live in Southeast Louisiana. It's hot, it's humid, even in the winter. So not this winter, but usual winter. Our normal winters are very mild, extremely mild. Summers, we're an oven. So anyway, I like to blend with a damp brush. So I'm going to spray my brush with Seint's setting spray. If there's a setting spray you love, it will work. Setting spray kind of is setting spray. So you go ahead and you just, if you have one you love, then that would be the one you'd want to use. Okay, we're going to start at the jawline and we're going to gently circle around and then drag it down our neck. Now, it creates a shadow, but it's not a muddy mess. Now, if you blend all over your face the way we were taught to do when we're blending one shade, you're going to have a muddy mess. Everything will just smear together. We're keeping everything in its own lane, and I'm going to show you more of that as we go. And look at that. All of that contour, and it just wears like a second skin. I have a damp brush. Okay, let's do some stippling, which is quickly tapping. And we are just tapping and placing this where it needs to go and where we want it to stay. There we go. Notice how I did not go into the contour. I kept everything in its lane. Now I'm gonna flip my brush around. That's the beauty of this 3D brush. It is double-ended, so it's 2 brushes for the price of 1. So we are just going to stipple around and right up around the eye. Notice I'm not pulling any of the skin. We are just stippling and tapping and pressing where we want it to go and where we want it to stay. Now, we contoured the nose so you can blend this out if you blend too much. It's a blessing and a curse. It's a blessing because if you use too much, you can just continue to blend it out. But you can blend it away because we're used to blending, blending, blending. We don't need to do that. We're soft blending. So what I'm going to do is one time right up the center of my nose. Maybe a little tap with the warmth of my finger on right here because I do have a crease due to my hooded eyes. And there you go. Now we're just going to stipple up around the forehead. And I don't know where my clip is. Okay. And then we're going to circle blend this contour. We're just going to go around and up into the hairline because you do not want that white line right there, your hairline. You want to make sure you go up into the hairline. Now, what we're going to do is come to the cheeks. That's all we have left. We're almost finished. So what we're going to do is stipple up and down on the contour. I like to just soften it, then grab that contour and the lip and cheek and just go up into the temple. Same thing. See how softly that blended? You can't tell it's there. Again, my natural shadow's right there. But look, see, you don't want it to look like this, the harsh where you can see. But you want a soft blend. And look at the glow that this is giving me. I haven't had my face look this glowy like it did way back in the day. Now we're going to stipple up and down, and then we're going to grab that contour and our blush or lip and cheek and go right up into the temple. There we go. Okay, guys, we're done. We are done. I can do this in 5 minutes or less and be out the door. So simple, so easy. And all you need is one brush and these 4 shades. Now they need to be custom for you because these 3 are custom to me. The lip and cheek is your choice. Whatever type of lipstick and blush you like, then that would be the one you choose. So how do you get started with Seint? This is Seint makeup. Seint with an E. And what you need to do is you need to be color matched. So I am going to put on the screen a telephone number. You're going to text #match. It's going to send you a link automatically and you will upload your makeup free selfie to it. The way you do your makeup free selfie, no makeup, go to a window, look outside of your home, natural light coming in, snap a selfie. Send it to me. It's just that easy. I thank you for watching me today. You bless me with your presence every time you watch, and I am so thankful and grateful for you. So I'm going to leave you how I normally do. You be the reason someone smiles today, and I'm going to see you next time. Bye.